In your bakery letter projects, you're charged with the task of creating a advertisement. And what I have you do, my recommendation is to use PowerPoint. I want to show you how we can use PowerPoint to create our advertisement. So go ahead and open into PowerPoint. And you can see it here on our screen. We can go ahead and customize this screen by doing a couple things. First, we're going to come up here and right click. We don't need this toolbar here, the iSpring Free, so we're going to get rid of that. And then we can kind of come over here and check customize to make sure that all of our things are checked as well. And I'm going to select close. I have a bunch of toolbars all the way around my screen. You can see them all here. Really don't use this one, so we can pull the table one off of here and go ahead and exit that out so we have a little bit more space. And again, to pull a toolbar off, you just go onto the dots, grab it, then move it, and you can mash it back into the side if you need to. This is the picture one. We do use that. We do use the drawing toolbar here and there. So we'll just keep all of those on the screen. Alright, so what you want to do next is we're going to click and we're going to drag around and we're going to get rid of everything that's there. So we have one blank slide. To create our advertisement, at least for the bakery project, you only want to use one slide. And remember that this is a full sheet of paper. So this would be the regular size of a normal magazine. This would be a full page advertisement here. And then we're going to format this advertisement. We can format it two ways. You can keep it as landscape, or you can change it to portrait, which is up and down, kind of like a Word document. And you can do that by going to File and Page Setup. And you can see here, slides, we could change this to portrait, and that will change that size. So it just depends on how you want to format your actual advertisement. I'm going to keep mine in portrait view because I think that that works well for what we want to do. The next part we want to do is go ahead and save this. So we're going to go up to File. We're going to select Save As. And I want you to go into your CC7 folder. And then you should have a bakery folder already created here if you're onto this assignment. I'm going to create one for this tutorial here, but you should have one. And again, it should be your last name dash bakery. And then you can go ahead and open that. And then you should be able to save this as your last name. And then your advertisement. So now that we have that saved, we need to start creating our advertisement. And to do this, we're going to actually need some pictures from the internet. And what that is you're going to have your 4 different products. And let's just say mine is very basic. Let's say I had donuts, I'm going to have a new kind of cupcake, I'm going to have a piece of chocolate cake, and I'm going to have some other type of dessert. I would want to go on to the internet, and I'm just going to go over here to my Google toolbar, and I'm going to search for images of donuts. I'm going to select enter. Okay, now I'm going to come right here and I'm going to select the images tab so it goes into the images that we're all familiar with. Oh, we have all kinds. Look at all these different donuts here. We don't want any ones with Dunkin' Donuts because we're our own bakery, so we're just going to try to find one. Let's go with these ones. So I'm going to select them and I'm going to click on the picture again to get a nice big picture. And that'll make sure that it doesn't have all those pixels or that's not changed or distorted in any way. So then to save this, I'm going to right click on the picture. I'm going to select Save Picture As. And then I'm going to save this to my Pictures folder. And I'm going to rename them. I like to make sure that I have all of my pictures named accordingly. I'm going to put my last name and I'm going to put in donuts. And I'm going to save that. And then let's say again we wanted to find a couple other things. So I'm going to go back a couple and I want to do let's say chocolate cake. So I'm going to go down to chocolate cake and hit enter. Oh, look at all the different chocolate cakes that they have here. Let's say I wanted to do the lava cake. Maybe that's what I called it, lava cake, and that's what I want to advertise. So I'm going to select that picture and I'm going to right click on this. I'm going to hit Save Picture As again, and I'm going to take that out. I'm put in my last name and I'm going to put in lava cake and save. And I'm going to go back, and you want to do this over and over until you have all 4 of your products. To keep this tutorial a little short, I'm just going to do it with the top 2. So I'm going to minimize my Internet Explorer, and now I'm ready to start putting this in. So the first thing we need to put in is our title. So you could probably use WordArt to do that, and you could pick any one of these titles here. Maybe I want to go with that one, and I'm just going to use our regular bakery here. Let's say I did the sweet shop as my bakery. You would want to put in your bakery name, and you could go ahead and select a different font. Maybe I want to do this Hightower text or Harrington. I like that. That looks kind of nice. Then I can click OK. That's pretty small, so I want to go ahead and increase the size. I'm going to keep that right in the middle. Okay, right in the middle of my page. And then we want to start putting in some of our contact information. We want people to be able to find us. Excuse me. So maybe we want to put in a box below it. So I'm going to select this box, and I'm going to put in some of our contact information. So I'm just going to keep this short for you. I'm just going to put in the actual words, contact information here. And that's where you guys would put in your contact information. I'm going to center that and keep it right below. And that would be your phone, your address, email, all of that stuff. Kind of like your letterhead. And in fact, if you wanted to, you could add your letterhead right here. But you might want to change it up a little bit. You can then go in right-clicking on your artwork here. You can format your word art. And if you wanted to put in some custom fill effects right here, you could do that. Remember, we're under color, we're under fill effects, and if you wanted to do two colors, you wanted to switch the colors, maybe a blue, we have all these different kinds. I'm going to select this one here and select OK and OK. And if we zoom in on that, you can see the shading going around there. Now, it doesn't look too apparent, so maybe I need to switch that. I want to switch that to something a little more dramatic. So maybe I want something like this going through the whole way. I'm going to select OK and then select OK. That's a little bit darker for me. I kind of like that one. So I'm going to keep it. I'm going to hit Control S to save what we've done so far.